Hello, amazing people, welcome back again to my channel. You know how we do it here. It's your girl UJ. So today, quick one, I want to talk about something. I saw this video on the internet.
When I say the Gen Zs of Kenyans have really paved way for a lot of African countries, it is no doubt. I want us to take a look at this video. A particular MP in the parliament in Kenya had a lot to say about Nigeria and their government. I want us to watch this video to the end and see what this young man had to say. What the government of Africans needs are people that are really voicing out when we talk with a loud mouth, but when we talk calmly, they do not listen. So watch this video, then we'll come back to the video and react.
Displayed as a leadership. The tribalism that we have been expressing and calling it shareholding. Shareholding is nothing when it comes to national politics. It is pure tribalism. It is ethnic jingoism. It is ethnic chauvinism. Mr. Speaker, we are talking here with Senator Omtata, asking ourselves, why do you need a voter's card when you already have a national ID? And that has been the system in this country, to disenfranchise certain parts of this country. We have been around through electoral processes, and we know that the registration of voters is a first step for rigging of elections. Mr. Speaker, I want to ask the majority and minority leaders that in that motion, that we should push to ensure that in this country, once you have a national ID card, then you can automatically become a voter. Because I've heard the arrogant politicians, those who voted yes to the finance bill last week, saying that Gen Zs will not take them anywhere because after all, they are not registered as voters. Once you are a citizen, you've got a right to vote. And we should not introduce additional bureaucracies in the name of registration of voters. The last time we did that exercise, this country spent 7 billion Kenya shillings on biometric voter registration equipment. Those are the areas where we could make savings. If we could take that 7 billion that I am sure that the IBC is going to ask for another round of voter registration, that amount of money can take care of the doctors, can take care of the junior secondary school teachers. Mr. Speaker, we have annoyed the Gen Zs by our fake religious fervor. The religious fundamentalism that is in this country, Mr. Speaker, where we go to churches, and then we say that the persons we vanquished are children of a lesser God, that the victors are the ones who pray to the true God. Today, Gen Zs have told us that the voice of the youth is a voice of God. Mr. Speaker, I've reflected and I've looked at what Wole Soyinka wrote. I think it was Soyinka who wrote The Trouble with Nigeria. And Soyinka said, it was Chinua Achebe. It was Achebe who did the trouble with Nigeria. He said, there is no problem with the Nigerian land, the Nigerian soil, the Nigerian air, the Nigerian water, the Nigerian seas and lakes. The trouble with Nigeria, as is the trouble with Kenya, is the failure of leadership. It is a cult of mediocrity. It is indiscipline and it is corruption. Mr. Speaker, ever since Achebe made those very, very interesting remarks more than 20, 30 years ago, Kenya has not learned a lesson. I am so happy about this revolution that our young people have brought upon us, because it is going to change the architecture of our politics. Before, the people who mattered were the leaders and owners of parties. Today, the true bosses are the youngsters, the Gen Zs, our brothers and sisters, our sons and daughters. Mr. Speaker, I heard the president say that he wants to set up certain committees to go around the country to find out what the youth want. But why do you ask for a job when you don't know what the people who elected you want, Mr. Speaker? And sometimes we can propose a lot of things, and yet the solutions lie here in this constitution. We have a chapter or an article, Article 55 of the Constitution, which talks about specific application of rights with respect to youth. And so instead of the president wasting taxpayers' money with another BBI like SACAS, I invite the president to read Article 55. That says the state shall take measures, including affirmative action programs, to ensure that the youth access relevant education and training, have opportunities to associate, be represented, and to participate in political, social, economic, and other spheres of life, that the youth can access employment, and that they are protected from harmful cultural practices and exploitation. You don't need a committee to go around the country to come and tell you that, because the framers of our constitution already put it there. What do the Gen Z want, Mr. Speaker? The Gen Z wants us to be faithful to this constitution, especially the Bill of Rights, the rights and fundamental freedoms in this constitution, which belong to each individual and are not granted by the state. And the responsibility of the state, as far as the rights are concerned, is to observe, to respect, protect, promote, and to fulfill the realization of those rights.
The only language these African leaders want to listen to a violent language. When you come out and speak and stand to your ground and reject whatever bill they're proposing to you, that is when they are going to listen to you. Same thing that is happening in Kenya is about to happen in some other African countries like Nigeria. Revolution in Kenya, the African youth, the Gen Zs of Kenya have really taught a lot of people that you can stand up on your feet against your government when they are doing things that are affecting you as Africans or as youth in the country. Let's take a look at this video. Even when I check out this protest in Kenya, I saw a lot of videos that I find funny, and I was just laughing throughout because, you know, the Gen Zs really chased them out of the parliament and they took the ground. And they said, it's enough, Ruto. Ruto, it's enough. And same thing is going to happen in other African countries. The revolution is going to come down to other African countries. But my prayer is that it shouldn't be violent. Let's take a look at this video.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I'm here to address you. You must go. Ruto must go. Kwapa, na tuendi. Kwapa. Tunalala huku na hatuendi. We don't fear you guys. You hypocrites. We don't fear you. Mr. Speaker, we don't fear you. Tuko ndani. We stomped inside. Sisi ni nani?
This is what actually happens when the youth stand up to their rights. The fears in them would be removed. Everything, they will have to set it aside and fight for what they want in the country. Had it been Ruto managed to sign the finance bill, the people of Kenya will be paying through their nose. They will pay a lot of tax, which is not right. So most times it is actually good to fight for your rights, but not in a violent way. So I don't know what to think about this video. To my other African people, I also have a video to share about the MPs in Ghana, what they had to say about the Kenyan Gen Z protest in Kenya, what they have to say. And I'll also be sharing another video to tell you guys the leader of the Gen Zs in Kenya. The video will be coming out probably tomorrow. So stay tuned on this channel. Please, if you've not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe, like, and share my videos. Turn the post notification to get notified whenever I post amazing content. Thank you for watching this video. See you in my next video. Bye.